Canine chaos sparking controversy tonight. A police dog from Prescott Valley taking down a man seen earlier driving more than 100 miles an hour down streets and highways. These tense moments happening back in May, but this new video raising questions right now about how that arrest was handled.
ABC 15's Zach Crenshaw speaking exclusively to people on both sides of this dramatic takedown. Zach?
Yeah, we're about to show you a man being arrested and bitten by a canine. But before that happens, Prescott Valley PD says he led him on a high-speed chase. One where he hit a woman's car and nearly rammed an officer. That officer firing at least 7 shots at the suspect, even grazing him in the top of the head. But you won't see any video because Prescott Valley PD doesn't have body or dash cameras.
Don't move, dude!
A Yavapai County Sheriff's deputy's body cam begins when Alfredo Saldivar is lying face down.
Don't talk. Don't move.
Nope. Hey, get on your knees now. Get on your knees.
Saldivar does. And for the next 30 seconds,
hands up!
Was following every single verbal command.
Hey, lift your shirt up. Spin around for me. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to bring him back to us here.
Yes, sir.
Stand up. Stand up. Still.
The suspect is still, despite the fact that he's getting bitten by the dogs, trying to be compliant with those commands.
Roll on your belly! Roll on your belly! Roll on your belly! Do it now! Do it now! Please stop the dog! Please stop the dog! Please stop the dog!
eventually the Belgian Malinois pulled off. No weapons are found on the 28-year-old, and he asks this.
Why did you guys let the dog get me?
We took that question to Prescott Valley PD.
The dog is released based on the handler's perception, the canine handler's perception, what he perceived to be a threat at that time.
But was there a threat? ASU professor and use of force expert Dr. Michael White doesn't think so.
I don't see any resistance.
He did everything they told him to do.
Saldivar's attorney, Bami Adeleo.
I just think the officers did not follow protocol.
A review of the department's canine apprehension guidelines reveals the suspect must pose an imminent threat of violence, be resisting arrest, or be concealed in an area.
On its face, it looks horrific. It looks like they released a dog on a citizen who is complying with all of their verbal commands.
In a press release this week, Prescott Valley PD tries to justify the dog's bites by saying
the suspect appeared to hesitate. Is that your interpretation of what happened?
I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback the video.
There's also the fact that canine policy calls for a clearly audible warning before releasing the dog.
I didn't hear a single warning. It was not even necessary because the suspect wasn't resisting in the first place.
Saldivar eventually taken to the hospital.
He was ripping flesh. He shook his head.
He would have permanent nerve damage.
His brother-in-law telling me
mentally and physically he's destroyed.
Meanwhile, Prescott Valley PD says their internal investigation is ongoing.
The use of force is going to be dissected.
As the biting and screaming was subsiding, there was praise.
That's my good boys. That's my good dog.
Threats.
How much saw you guys?
And a debrief.
You guys all right?
Yes, sir. He was hands up, compliant pretty much.
So, Zach, this all started with a chase. Any indication why this guy wouldn't pull over in the first place?
Yes, Steve, well, no explanation is given on that video, and officers wouldn't have known this at the time, but I've learned he's an undocumented immigrant with a deportation order tied to a 2014 DUI. Now, right now, he's still up in jail in Yavapai County and has yet to go to trial. Steve?
Thanks so much, Zach. Your voice, your vote.